All the current copies of the Bibles you guys have are corrupt. So note, if this is a Muslim, then he's just proven our point that Allah doesn't know what he's talking about, because Allah affirms our scriptures. And two, what in the world do you mean by corrupt? What do you mean by corrupt? Textual variance? What do you mean? Because if by that you mean corruption of fundamental doctrine, no one says that. No one believes that. The transmission by the scribed have screwed up. And where are the original copies of the Bible? There are no originals. Now think about how stupid this is, Sam, because I mean, there's no way to say it. You know, I try to be nice, but this is just really, really stupid to say this. You don't have the originals. So the originals would have been written on papyrus. Papyrus, if you're using it, right, if you're passing around and reading it, lasts about 10 years before it falls apart. So he's actually saying, hey, the originals written in the first century would have been written on a substance that lasts about 10 years and that's why it has to keep being recopied, right? So where are the originals that would have fallen apart after 10 years, huh? How come you don't have them 2,000 years later? Checkmate, morons. That's what he's saying. It's like the dumbest thing anyone could have. It's like saying, why don't you have Jesus' sweat that was on his head, huh? Why don't you have that? That sort of thing wouldn't have lasted. You know what I mean? Papyrus doesn't last. Papyrus can last in certain circumstances. If you keep it perfectly dry and don't touch it in a very arid area, it can actually survive a long time. But if you're actually using it for church services and stuff like that, it doesn't last. It falls apart after about 10 years. So you're asking why something that lasts 10 years is not around 2,000 years later. And you think you're being smart. You think you're schooling people.